The threat of 2 stars that would shake the world is now over. Yet, why does this uneasiness within still torment me? A new star may already be rising somewhere in this world. Or... whatever threat it may be, I will not allow it to serve my people's land. Of that, I am sure.
Zafina was born somewhere in the Middle East to a group of spiritual warriors with an ancient past, and as such she possessed great spiritual abilities of her own. And since childhood, Zafina was raised to be a protector of an imperial tomb. Okay, so here we have a kid that's just being raised by, a group of random spiritual warriors, as it's put. And for whatever reason, she possesses some spiritual abilities. And for whatever reason as well, she's raised to be a protector of a particular tomb, right? So this girl has no idea what's going on. She just got in the midst of something completely random, right? So I'm going to explain the significance of all of this in this video. Okay, so several years ago, a foreign army, which I presume to be the Mishima Zaibatsu, attacked the imperial tomb, which Zafina single-handedly wiped all of them out. And after this particular display, the group's guru appointed her to be its sole protector. So it seems Zafina was like a natural born, gifted, talented girl for some reason. And we don't know if the spiritual powers that she possesses played a role in her strength, as a kid. Like she wiped out the entire army on her own. So we don't know exactly just how she did that, whether the spiritual powers had a role to play, but all we know is that she was hella strong for some reason. Okay, so fast forward to Zafina's adulthood, she began to use her spiritual powers as an astrologist. Now, an astrologist is someone who claims to be able to predict your future and tell you more about your character, right? So Zafina was born with these natural spiritual abilities, and so she used this to her advantage and tried to make a living out of it as an astrologist. Unfortunately for her, it did not work out because she just began to see evil omens for whatever reason. Like all she could see is like evil omens and bad luck and bad stuff, right? So her premonitions kept on getting worse and it kept on getting more intense day by day. So she called it quits. Zafina sought to understand the meaning behind all of this. So she sought advice by going back to her hometown to consult her guru. So the guru tells Zafina about an ancient prophecy passed down from the generation to generation only to a select few. So according to the prophecy, when 2 evil stars come into contact, the seal of the tomb will be broken and the one held captive will be released. Okay, there's a lot to talk about here. According to the prophecy, the one held captive refers to Azazel. Now, I'll probably make a separate video talking about Azazel, but I have to talk a bit about him considering how intertwined Zafina's storyline is to this particular character. So we don't know much about Azazel, but in summary, what we know is that he was a god that ruled over humans for thousands of years. But at some point, the humans rebelled and overthrew him, and the beast was imprisoned behind a magical seal by Zafina's ancient ancestors. So this now makes sense with everything we've talked about, right? A girl was born with spiritual abilities and was told to be the guardian of an ancient tomb. So these spiritual abilities are only unique to certain people, right? Like think of her as the chosen one. So Zafina's people definitely are the ancestors of the humans that rebelled against Azazel, thousands of years. And so this cycle of having one particular person inheriting these spiritual powers are set in place to prevent Azazel from rising again. So Zafina, in this case, took that position, right? And now she's in charge of guarding the tomb and preventing this particular catastrophe, so to speak. So this creature is hell-bent on destroying the earth, apparently, or the world, so to say, according to the prophecy. So that's Azazel in a nutshell. And now let's talk about the two stars, because according to the prophecy, this all happens when the two stars meet. Two evil stars come into contact, according to the prophecy. The two evil stars refer to Jin and Kazuya respectively, and them coming into contact talks about or refers to the war. So this is all happening during the events of Tekken 6. Just a recap on the Tekken 6 storyline of Jin and Kazuya. Again, this will probably be a separate video, but like I said, they're intertwined to Zafina and Azazel, so I'll talk about them briefly. So during the events of Tekken 6, Jin declares war against the G corporation run by Kazuya. So Jin is with the Tekken Zaibatsu, and he declares war against Kazuya, mainly for two particular reasons. One, to overthrow the G Corp, obviously, and two, to cure the devil Jin. So according to Jin in the Tekken Force story mode, Azazel has the ability to absorb devil Jin energy. So he looks at Azazel as a cure to his sickness, aka the devil Jin. And so the only way, what we're told is that the only way to revive Azazel is through chaos, ensuring chaos in the world, aka negative energy. And this is why Jin declares a war, because wars are devastating, bro. There's chaos everywhere. So this in particular causes Azazel to revive again in the tomb guarded by Zafina's people. So upon hearing the guru's revelation, Zafina heads to the temple alone by camel. She opened the gate with her two daggers, but she was shocked to find Azazel awakened inside his temple. So the god was revived due to all the chaos happening in the world because of Jin's war. Like, actually, this was pretty crazy. Like, I really love how they intertwined both Jin, Kazuya, and Zafina. So according to the Tekken 6 scenario campaign, Jin and Lars both defeat Azazel while Zafina watches all this transpire in the background. And afterwards, Zafina exits the tomb and approaches her guru. Neither say anything. They nod to each other, acknowledging Zafina's permission to re-enter the temple to seal Azazel's orb. Now this point is very important, as this part of the story carries on in Tekken 7. So please follow. Please follow. When she re-enters the temple, the gate is closed without her knowledge. After Zafina has been in the temple for a few minutes, the structure collapses. She survives inside the collapsed temple with the help of Azazel's orb. So this is the end of the Tekken 6 storyline for Zafina. And now we enter Tekken 7. Tekken 7 tells us that Jin and Lars managed to defeat the resurrected Azazel in physical form, but not really extinct its spiritual form. So apparently Azazel's extinct physical form is what's no longer there, but his spiritual form is actually embezzled in the orb, or it lies in the orb now. So Zafina succeeds in sealing Azazel within her body by a ritual passed down by her clan. Like, she has some other hidden ass jutsus, I don't know what this girl can't do. But Zafina, however, feels that the power of Azazel sealed in her body gradually increased. So apparently, to Zafina's knowledge, she thinks as long as Jin and Kazuya are alive, there's always a chance that Azazel may be resurrected, right? So she says that the time remains short because she needs to take care of Jin and Kazuha to end this the cycle of Azazel reviving all over again. Okay, so from the look of things, it seems as though as long as there is chaos and hatred in the world, Azazel always has a chance of reviving, because it seems as though you can't really get rid of his spiritual form, right? So Zafina comes to the conclusion that as long as Jin and Kazuya are alive, there's always a chance that Azazel might be resurrected. So what does she do? She seeks to contact the Archers of Sirius. This is Claudio's gang, the Exorcists. She plans on exorcising both Kazuya and Jin and getting rid of the devil Jin, hence ending the cycle that her clan has always had to guard for thousands and thousands of years. You can tell that I'm really excited for this part of the story. I really look forward to see what Namco do with this. Please, Namco, do not fuck it up. Please, 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 please. I really look forward to the Sirius being explored, the Exorcists. And from the looks of things, I really think Claudio and Zafina can have really good chemistry, right? They pretty much seek the same thing. It's been shown that Claudio has, interior motives or something else. But this is pretty much the story of Zafina in Tekken 7. We are not given much because DLCs don't come with, ending clips or short videos. But from a short description, this is Zafina's goal for Tekken 7. I also forgot to mention that the side effect of sealing Azazel's spiritual form in the orb resulted in her hand injury, right? So Zafina literally has Azazel's claw as her left hand. Like, this is a really sick design. One of the best designs in the game. But I really love the fact that it cost her something trying to seal, a god. Like, it's literally a god that ruled for thousands of years. So it can't be that easy. So she's basically running out of time because it seems as though the arm can take over and possess her or some shit like that. So I really love where the story is heading. I really look forward to what Namco is gonna do with his storyline. So this is basically Zafina's storyline, guys, in a nutshell. I try to explain it as clear and simply as possible. I hope my narration skills are not as bad as I think they are, but if they are, please let me know in the comments. Like the video, comment, do the YouTube things, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And GG.
Don't forget to subscribe.